life can be so interesting when you just follow your curiosity. So I woke up this morning and I felt sick, so I stayed at home. I didn't go to work. But after lots of resting, I became a bit tired of resting and I wanted to do something, so I started reading. And I finished this book, Moral Ambition. Super interesting book. I highly recommend reading it, especially if you're someone who thinks a lot about ethics and about the world and how we can make the world a better place. This book is a bit a kick under the ass, let's say. Stop wasting your talent and start making a difference is a subtitle. Highly recommend it. Not going to say too much about it. But after finishing it, I started reading another book that I got from a friend. Not the End of the World. And so interesting as well. I just read a short part of it. And that's more for if you're quite pessimistic about the world and the future of the world, or more specifically about the environmental future of the world. Also highly recommend reading that book. So what I actually wanted to talk about is that when I started reading Moral Ambition, it led me to Not the End of the World. And when I was reading that book, there was this moment that they were writing about Hans Rosling, who was a Swedish statistician who did lots of research about the world and how the world has changed over the last decades, centuries. And he also started this, I think together with others, he started this website, this organization called The Gapminder. I searched for it in the internet when I came upon that page. And it was so cool, like so interesting statistics about the world and showing that actually in a lot of ways the world in general has improved over the last decades. And there were tests like of how much you really know about these statistics, and I made quite some mistakes, to be honest. I highly recommend trying them as well and seeing how you score for yourself about world population, about health, about all of these things. But then I came to a little part, which is Dollar Street on that website. And it's this website where you can actually see families from all over the world with different income levels and how they live. If you ever were super curious about how other people are living, especially not really close to you, that's perfect. Like you can see who's in the family, you can see their bedroom, you can see what they eat, you can see what their favorite stuff is. But there's this one part, and I will for sure put the link in the description of this video, that I found the most heartwarming one of it. Was like different people playing instruments. And it was just so cool to see the variety of instruments and the way people played on different levels and different. It was so cool. And yeah, for me, it really warmed my heart and it inspired me, because being a Belgian citizen with having a job, being quite privileged, I realized that I'm really closer to the more rich part of that street. And for a lot of times I felt bad about it, like, oh, why do I have so much while others have less? And there is a big problem of inequality indeed. And what changed for me right now with reading these books and seeing those videos is like, yeah, that's the truth. I am very privileged. I have so much advantages that others don't have. But don't see it as something bad. I see it as an opportunity. See it as an opportunity to help others, especially people who are less privileged, and see how I can be humble and help those who don't have it. Both locally and far away from home. So yeah, that's really what changed for me, is like some kind of optimism, some kind of direction. Like, okay, I'm privileged, let's do something with it. Let's use it, and let's stop wasting them and make a difference. And that's what I want to do. But also I will rest a bit so that I'm sure that I will be recovered, because otherwise it's also not the best way to go on. Bye bye.